YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Yo, Tim Westwood TV up at Capital XTRA. My man Ghetts.
Yo.
Fam. Reach across, fam. And Nicky Slimting, Walker, baby.
We're here.
What was your name of your rap crew?
East Connection.
And what was your smash?
The Link Up.
The Link Up.
You remember? Yeah, Foundation. Foundation, long time ago.
Even got a special.
Yeah, of course. Tim has to get a special, innit?
Yeah, man.
It's not a special.
Back in the day, baby. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
How long ago was that?
Boy, that's like 2002, 2003.
Ghetts, did you show them any respect in those days?
Of course.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Did you ever do it? You never did no songs together, though?
No, I wasn't in the levels.
No, I'm just saying he's never did no
like
songs together. I mean, you must have surely reached out to, you know, you had to reach out to the Don and ask him.
I done a song for him, though.
Yeah, he done a song for me.
Yeah.
He did.
What, back then?
Yeah.
Just for Slim, though.
Just for me.
It was a version.
Yeah.
It just seems like one of those moments where the stars have aligned for like a perfect storm, brother.
Yes, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I know you've been out there grinding since day.
Yeah.
Certainly one of my favourite artists.
Jeez! Don't gas me, guys.
No gas, baby.
Love.
Those early grime shows that we used to do back in the day, you just claimed that moment. And interesting enough, the first time we ever did a crib session, you did the very first crib session.
Serious?
Wow.
Yeah. We set it up because at the time gigs was banned from the radio station and we weren't allowed to have gigs come in the radio station. So we set up the crib session so we could interview man like gigs. But you came in the door first and did the very first crib session of them all,
sick.
man.
That's sick.
So you really christened it and made it happen, man.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
Appreciate that. And like, definitely from Foundation, Nasty Crew to the movement to now, man, it's been an incredible journey.
Yes, thank you,
An incredible journey.
I've enjoyed the moments,
Yeah, man.
I've enjoyed the moments.
And like right now, it's all just about to happen with a movie. You as an actor, like a 360 artist, you know what I mean? Artist that just got talent, man. And obviously, Ghetto Gospel, man.
Yes, the New Testament, man. It's crazy how everything's come around and the timing of everything.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So the New Testament, like 11 years later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about the album, man? What is the power for you of this album, man? Because it is ringing off.
Do you know what? I just felt like I wanted to talk about things that not everyone talks about everything that we all go through, or the cancer situation, just different situations that we only hear about one perspective of sometimes, and just them vulnerable moments that even as men we have, thinking about things when you're alone. And I just wanted to people to really know what perspective I see from things from at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not as clear cut as how it used to be. I'm a little older now, so when I hear about a death or something like that, it hits me a bit differently. Like before I was younger, around a lot of things I felt like I was kind of numb to it. Like it's just life, it's just reality, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? But being away from it some more now, and then you're like, bro, that's still happening. Well, I might not live there, but that's still happening over there, you know what I'm saying? And seeing youths with their whole futures ahead of them, it kind of hits man different, so I just want to, but still at the same time understanding how the ends is and not wanting to be judgmental, because most of these people that are talking about this stuff, they're very judgmental and have no understanding of the ins and outs. So I just really wanted to take for instance, Next to Kin. It's really about a mother's perspective, and the last verse I wrote from the perspective of a young man that's died, and he's seeing things from beyond the grave. Like, how would he feel now? Like, all of his friends have moved on, they've got kids, like no one's not really on it, because that's the reality. Like, that's what we don't talk about, but that's the reality of things, you know what I'm saying? So on this album there's a lot of vulnerable moments, but also there's the gas as well, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, Westwood, as you know, music is a collection of emotions captured in moments, you know what I'm saying? So when you're going to the studio and whatnot, depending on the day, depending on what's happened, You know what I'm saying? Depending on the conversation is what we're gonna get out of the studio, and it's a variety of moments. I can't just talk about one thing or talk about that one thing in that one way. You know what I'm saying? But I wrote my album with a very, very, very clear head, and yeah, it's connecting well and people are enjoying it. So I'm happy. I'm overwhelmed by how many people have told me they love it, and females as well, because that's not I don't go out my way to make really songs for females or have a big female fan base, but a lot of females have been feeling the album, and that's always a good thing. Of course, we like to 50-50 that ratio, or if I can get a 70-30 females, I ain't gonna be mad at all.
Yeah. So you're dealing with a lot of things which are happening on the streets, a lot of that drama which is going down, but like looking at it from different perspectives, and like different understandings.
Yeah, different understanding of what's happening, man, and just, you know, I don't know what the cure is, but prevention's better than cure. So if I can prevent some things by just sharing my perspective, and if anybody out there hears it and feels like, you know what, man, I can do, you know what I'm saying, more, because a lot of the artists I hate to say just artists, there's different people in different fields as well, but a lot of people are a testament to what they're doing in life, that you can go for further than the blocks, you know. You know what I'm saying? There's things that can be done if you focus and really pay attention and put in that work and move smart.
Yeah, because I mean, back in the day, when you were first out, you were that like road man, you know, you're that hot-headed artist, you know what I mean, always stepping up to the barrel, taking no shorts on anything, man. I mean, that was definitely you. Yeah. And then growing into being like, you know, from that young artist into a man in this game. Yeah,
and it's only right at this point I lead by example, because there was a time when my survival was based on thinking first and playing chess. Survival weren't based on being tough or, you know, I'm stepping up to the plate. It was actually based on you're gonna make a mistake and throw this all away. So think, and so now it's just like that comes naturally to me first, and just about thinking what the next move is all the time.
Well, salute you with the album, because also you as an artist who always had a million tracks. You always had a stash of tracks. Yeah. And like, sometimes it's good sometimes you just need to get that out there, man. Get the music out there and let it live, man.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. And that's what I, even with this album, I decided to stop recording after it was made. Yeah. Because what would happen with me normally is that I'd carry on recording and not pay attention to what's out there, and it doesn't get a good enough campaign, because I feel like, well, I've moved on from that. This is what's next. So I stopped recording so we can pay this album
and let it live.
And let it live and work the album, you know what I'm saying? I wanna we're gonna go Europe, Australia, and work the album and do all the things it needs for people to hear it.
Because you was it was always like tracks on top of tracks.
Yeah.
And that can get confusing
100%, 100%, you're right, man.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need to go out there and see what resonates, and like when you perform it, see what you get back, see what people pick up, just to give you some direction. Otherwise it's just like music on top of music.
Too much. Yeah. People don't know what to focus on and whatnot. But yeah.
And you had that moment as well in your career with the band as well.
Which
was like a powerful moment.
Yeah,
that gave you good skills as well to be able to work with live musicians.
100%. My band MD is actually my blood brother, you know, so we're in sync in terms of, even if you listen to this album's very musical, you know. Big up Joe from the Confet and the Confet. They done the executive producing over the album, and my brother had I would seek his opinion on things as well. So yeah, man. Yeah. We've got a strong team at the moment, man.
Yeah, all helps to where we are now.
Yes.
And we salute you having the album, and it, you know, it's perfect timing with the Intent 2 about to drop, man.
Yeah, man, it's exciting times.
Yeah, man, and it's bigger and better.
The movie's crazy, you know. Obviously we've got Ghetts playing the lead. It's a prequel from the Intent.
Right.
What came out 2 years ago.
Right.
And we just took it bigger and better. We done a deal with Island Records. and we took it to Jamaica this time. We got Popcorn in it, we got Teddy Brockshot in it from Belly. We're just trying to make a classic out here.
Yeah, man. And what was it like stepping up to that acting role, family?
Bro, it was like daunting.
I bet.
Because it was a whole new world for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and you just played yourself?
no.
He doesn't. Do you know what? That's the thing. Everyone's gonna be so shocked how he played it. Like, he auditioned for it. Like, it wasn't a thing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man. He killed the audition. He had 2 auditions. He didn't just come in because he was Ghetts and we gave it to him. He had to step up to the mark, and he took it very seriously. And he killed the audition, and then he came back for a second audition and he killed it, and we offered him the job.
And so what did you, with your acting style, did you just draw influence on people you'd known who liked the character?
I just kept going over the script over and over again, and asking for advice on, you know what I'm saying, what to bring to the table. Nikki, Femi Orion, Ashley Chin, a lot of people was helping me, even big up Buck. I know Buck's experienced in that field as well, so I was ringing him, and Adam Deacon also, just like I don't know nothing about the acting world, so I had to just really humble myself and take advice, you know.
And did it come natural?
No, because a lot of scenes, how the character Jay reacts to things is the opposite from me. Like, he's quite the opposite from me. So I had to really become Jay on set, to be fair.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. I got like scenes, emotional scenes. I don't want to give away too much, obviously, but there's emotional scenes. It's not just like this guy's a gangbanger, and he's like one emotion, and that emotion's anger, and that would obviously be easy to tap into.
Yeah, easily.
But there's other emotions that he goes through, caring, you know, sadness, so many different. This character, there's a lot of angles.
And did you
to
just lose yourself into the character?
In certain scenes, I did, and you know what? I was working with great actors, like my on-screen girlfriend. She is a great actor, so the moments that we had, you literally feel like you're being sucked into an alternative reality, where you're in this different place, and this was happening. That's how well they's acting. Even certain moments with Ashley Chin as well, like, they'd make you believe it's real, so you got to be there with them at that point.
To be fair, we threw him in the deep end, like, but for me, Ghetts reminds me so much of Tupac. Like, Tupac was a great artist and also a great actor, so for me, I felt Ghetts was the perfect option. Like, me and Femi spoke about it, we saw his audition, and for me, anybody who could express their emotions the most, I thought would be Ghetts, because his music tells so many stories. So I felt like if he could bring that same emotion to acting, he would nail it.
So when you watch the rushes back and watch the final edit, how do you feel, man?
I've only seen it once.
Are you watching yourself, or are you watching somebody?
I've only seen it once. It's mad surreal.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, it's like I've never seen myself on screen for that long. Obviously, we're talking like 2.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes at the most. A video.
Yeah,
so
it's a bit
crazy.
Yeah. So to watch myself on the screen.
Yeah.
He's got sex scenes, he's got it all, mate. Like, we threw him in. Like, what's
looking like? You ain't got a part from me.
I just want to prepare myself. Am I going to see like a butt naked Ghetts at this movie? Because I might have to be like, oh my days. It's like, seriously.
Well, we just have to wait to see it. Ghetts does his thing though, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, we put him in situations that most people would be scared to do, you know. So for his first film, it's just crazy, man. It's like, and sometimes I was on set, I was just blown away by the things he was doing. And like, there's scenes with him and Popcorn in Jamaica. When you watch it, it's just like history in the making. Like, it's just that moment, you know, that it's just gonna go boom when everybody sees it. It's just gonna go bang. Like, the world's gonna be.
It seems like it's a moment in time when everyone wants Intent 2. Like, everybody wants it. It's like
the hype's there.
Yeah, the hype, but also I think the moment is just so right now. People are just like, they're wanting movies representing the culture. They're wanting those movies now.
Yeah, I think it's the time for us to have our bellies, our juices, our boys in the hoods. Like, we ain't got them. Like, we've made movies before, but they're not really like the intent. Like, do you understand? We've had the kidulthoods, we've had the adulthoods, we had the brotherhoods. They're great movies. they done their thing, but I feel like culture's slightly moved on, like where we can be more risky, we can be more street, we can be more us. And I think the intent represents the streets, and I feel that's why it connects. I think everybody can understand that story.
And also, I mean, obviously your situation from, you know, the intent to the intent to, like, to get that record company support so you can just do it on a bigger and more professional level, and like all those extra things where, you know, when you first do it, it's a hustle, man. You're begging favours.
It was a mad
hustle.
hustle.
It's a hustle. You're begging favours. You're working off credit cards.
No, it's crazy.
It's a hustle,
it's a
baby.
hustle, man. The first one was very hard. There's a lot of street money involved. A lot of arts and favours.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Ghetts done the soundtrack for us for free.
Yeah,
like, literally.
Yeah. But that was the nature of like getting into the game.
Yeah, get it done. Like, we had no choice. We had to get it done. It came out independently done. It went to number 3 on the iTunes charts, and then we was in the game, really.
Exactly.
And then
and it's not like you just took a script to a record company to get a deal. No, you ain't going to get a deal like that.
It didn't work like that, man. We had to prove ourselves. Luckily, Darkus and Twins, so they understand.
They could see the vision.
They could see the vision. We went and sat down with them. They understood what we did. We explained to them what we want to do, and they backed us. And we said we want to go to Jamaica. Like, for me, growing up on them films, like, I love them films. I love Juice. I love Boys in the Hood. So I felt like, why have we not got this here? Like, why are we not connecting Jamaica with London? Because Jamaica culture is so big here. Why is there not a movie that has British kids in yard in Jamaica with Popcorn and with Teddy Brockshot? Let's do it. And Ireland believed in it, and we made it happen, and we're here today. So it's out Friday.
Yeah, mad.
It's crazy. Trust me. When you see, like, it's unreal, because, like, you see Ghetts and Teddy Brockshot and Popcorn in a scene.
That's
it's
mad.
just it's crazy.
That's
like,
mad to me.
Like,
is that one of your like favourite scenes from the movie?
Yeah, because it's like surreal. Because imagine I'm a kid watching Belly, innit, and watching Shotters, and
Shotters was a classic movie.
Classic.
Let's not front about Shotters all time.
And then for me to fast forward some years, and
he's the original gangster in Shotters. The original gangster.
And it was like there was moments I'd be sitting there and think, oh, this is mad still. Like, if someone come and told me this a decade ago, this would have been very far-fetched.
Even like a year ago, to be honest with your family.
It's crazy.
Exactly, but here
a lot's happened, man.
Yeah.
Well, exciting times, man. A lot of anticipation. Premier's going to be big.
Premier's this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Leicester Square, big premiere.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing it big.
Setting the tone.
Comes out Friday nationwide. Then we're off to LA on Sunday for a screening in LA. And then we go to Jamaica for a premiere in Jamaica on Thursday.
Crazy.
So we're doing it internationally. We're going global with this.
And yo, baby, it's good to have that Hollywood up in here. You know what I mean?
We're trying, man.
Good to have that.
Thank you for
that black
supporting us.
Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the excellence, baby. Let's talk
that.
about the excellence.
No, thank you, my bro.
Yeah. Well, we should look. You real pleased, Ghetts, man. It's because you've always been the man in the game, man, and like now to have this moment is incredible, man.
Thank
so
you,
may it
Westwood,
long
man.
last, man.
Thank you, man.
It's
Thank
Ghetts
you very
season
much.
right now, man. Album and
Ghetts
movie.
season, man. Yeah,
It's
man.
Ghetts season
Thank you,
right
man.
now. He
Thank
deserves
you.
it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
And maybe back in the studio or.
More movies, man.
Yeah,
can't
that's
help
what
it.
More movies, man. I just want to do more movies.
Family, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Jeez.
Bless.